Believe it or not, the next morning, I got out of bed and went to the swimming pool, okay? Now consider this. Since the 1996 Olympics, I had not trained competitively. Sure, I'd gone in a couple times when I was pregnant with my kids to stay fit, but I hadn't swam. And I'd forgotten how cold a swimming pool is at 5:30 in the morning. And to make it even more painful, once I got in that pool, I was being lapped by 15-year-olds. I was mortified. Why in the world had I agreed to this? I truly thought I was losing my mind and couldn't figure out why I was there. After practice, I beelined over to my coach, and I said, "Comeback's over before it's begun. I quit." And besides, my husband and my kids, well, they need me. My coach said, "Janet, do you know how to ski?" "No, coach, I swim." "Okay, well, when you learn how to ski, you don't look all the way at the bottom of the mountain. You ski 5 feet ahead of you in all times. Take this comeback foot by foot. And besides, the Olympic trials, they're nearly 2 years away." So believe it or not, once again, the next morning, there I was, back at the pool. And before I knew it, 6 months had passed. And those lightning-fast teenagers who made me question my sanity, well, they didn't seem so fast anymore. I could actually keep up with them. And on a good day, I could even beat them. I started to look forward to my daily 6-hour training session with these teens. They never judged. They just inspired me with their love and support and encouragement. In fact, my whole life was bookended with love and support. My husband was a rock star, taking care of the kids while I was at the pool and also working full-time. As a soon-to-be 40-year-old woman, I had never felt more empowered. I was swimming times close to the times I swam in my early 20s. And the best part of it was, when I laid my head on the pillow every night, I felt an incredible sense of satisfaction, something I truly never felt before. This comeback was for me and no one else. And you know what happened? I found the joy again, the joy I hadn't had since my teens. I was happy. Things were good. And in the summer of 2012, I swam a 800-meter freestyle in 8 minutes and 46 seconds, only 10 seconds slower than the time I swam at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. This time qualified me to swim at the 2012 Olympic trials in Omaha. So with my husband, parents, and kids in tow, we made the trip to Nebraska. And before I knew it, it was time to swim. It was an average qualifying heat, a preliminary race meant to determine the fastest 8 swimmers for that evening's final. As I walked out to take my place behind the blocks and put on my cap and goggles, I noticed a sense of change in the crowd. So I looked up, and there before me stood 10,000 fans who spontaneously started cheering and applauding and chanting my name. I had never seen it coming. And as my heart filled with gratitude, my eyes filled with tears. Despite my efforts, I didn't make the 2012 Olympic team. And while it was disappointing, I wasn't devastated like I would have been so many years beforehand. For the first time since I was a teenager, I didn't care what anyone else thought. I had finally pushed past the need to please, to win, to prove to the world and myself that I was good enough. This comeback was for me to finally close a door that I'd never really shut in the way I wanted to. As I reflect on this journey, I realize that sometimes in life, we have to travel far beyond our true selves to really discover who we are. For me, after I won my medals, I lost sight of me. But when I came back, I found out what I was made of. I discovered that life isn't about doing one thing on a grand scale and then being done. It's about testing ourselves every decade in new and glorious ways. And if the critics call you crazy, well, I say you're on the right track.